The Big Show with Night and Day. Barista-made coffee just the way you love it from $4.50.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastard. It is Tuesday, April 30th. You're listening to the Hodaki Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. No Hoity J today, but of course, Mogey, the rogue stallion, he's here. Mogey, question.
Yes.
Are you ever going to wear your Direwolf shirt again?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Just because you haven't worn it?
Yeah, I know that you're looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm going to make you wait.
It's like you got this cool new Direwolf Game of Thrones shirt from the op shop, and you just won't wear it again.
Well, I only wear it on special occasions, Keyzie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to just waste it on you, because I know how hard you throb for it.
I do. I love it.
So I'm just trying to, just make you throb harder.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
What about the rudimental one?
The rudimental one will be coming back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
What about you with your, you've got a Dragon Ball Z one on today, which is incredibly cool. When will we be seeing the winter Nats and car-related T-shirts
Probably
again?
tomorrow, yeah.
And I see you've got your Nashville
hat on.
cap with a guitar on it.
Yeah.
It says Mexico City, Nashville, which is just one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So thank you for your get-up today.
Thank you. Pug Son gave me this hat. Of course, Hoodie J.
I'll be honest with you. I think he was playing a joke on you.
Was he?
I don't know. But it does say Mexico City, Nashville, and I don't think anybody knows what that means.
Music
Anybody
City.
got an idea?
He's saying Music City.
Nah, it says Mexico City.
What? Have you sold me a bogus hat? Anyway, Hoodie J is still sick. Hopefully he'll be back on deck with us tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the day, man.
And in the meantime, we do have a massive show ahead. It says here, Mogey, that you want to learn how to anchor the show.
Yeah, we're going to anchor the show.
Okay, so you'll swap over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll teach you how to do that.
Oh, you're going to teach me how to do that.
Yeah.
Also, Wage Against the Machine is coming up at 4:30. And big questions to be asked later on in the show, on the big show as well. But by the way, in the meantime, 3483 is the number to text. Where are you in New Zealand? What are you up to? And what are you wearing as well? Give us a text. Every text through on 3483 in the draw for a Night and Day voucher. This is the Arctic Monkeys. I bet you look good on the dance floor. You're on Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
New Order, Blue Monday on the Hodaki Big Show. 22 minutes past 4 o'clock this Tuesday afternoon with Keyzie and Mogey. Hoity J still under the weather. Hopefully back on deck tomorrow.
Bloody beautiful, wouldn't it? I actually thought, Keyzie, we could sort of take advantage of the time that we've got with just the two of us.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
And just do a little bit of upskilling, a little bit of training.
Yeah, okay.
There's obviously plenty for you to work on. I think we give you lots of tips around the show when Jase is on, be it with your acting or just general performance. But I thought that you might be able to help me with upskilling around anchoring the show.
Anchoring? Yep. I can help out a lot with that. I've done radio for like 12 years almost now.
I was thinking that you could help me sort of come up with a way that I could approach Jase when he gets back, because obviously he's the man at it. And if we could sort of come up with a way that I could approach him about it and just sort of get him to take me on and sort of be his apprentice sort of thing.
Right. You don't want me just to tell you the basics of anchoring?
Well, I appreciate the offer, but I feel like it's potentially going to muddy the waters if I'm getting information from you that is terrible, and then I can get proper information out of Jase.
Well, to be honest, if anything, it's probably going to be the opposite. You know what Jase is like. He doesn't know what he's doing. I've done this for a long time. For example, there's a lot of skills like you have to make sure you research, know your audience, come out of the song, like Blue Monday there, New Water on the Hodaki Big Show.
Sorry, can you do that again?
Blue Monday there. New Water.
A couple of stutters there, and that's what I'm worried about.
Right.
And just in terms of the details there as well, you sort of said Blue Monday, New Order there
on the Hodaki Big Show.
Yeah, but is it a song New Order by the band Blue Monday, or is it a song Blue Monday by the band New Order? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
If I'm the first time listening, I'm none the wiser at this point. All I've heard is 4 words.
Yeah, okay.
Blue Monday, New Order.
Yeah, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Sorry, am I getting tips off you? Or
well, yeah, I just feel like there's a couple of things that we can sort of give a bit of a shimmy up. You know what I mean?
Okay, right.
Give it a bit of a glow up. But if you go again, if you just say the name of the song first
right,
and who it's by.
I just thought that this was about, okay, That was the band New Order with a song called Blue Monday.
See, I think you're
on
overcooking
Hodaki
it there.
Tuesday.
Blue Monday by New Order there on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That voice is
that's
good.
really
What's
good.
that?
That's called a radio voice.
Really?
Yeah. And when you've got a particularly somebody like annoying voice, you'll find that people will adopt what they call a radio voice, which is
Right.
nothing like their real voice, but on radio it just sounds amazing.
So, okay.
So
'cause-
Hoity J, for example, that's not his real voice.
Is it not?
He's a lot more nasal in real life.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised you're not a lot more nasally as well, actually. Because I didn't know
explain
that.
why you are.
See,
You
this
see
is,
what
but I've never thought to change my voice because I'm all about, just be who you are.
Oh, yeah, no, nobody wants that.
Right.
No, it's critical that you not be who you are. You've got to be somebody else.
Right, so just to confirm, you're helping me with anchoring now. This is just because I thought when we started this whole thing, it was about...
Well, I just feel like we could help each other because just then, if you can go again, like let's just say we're coming back.
Okay, New Order there, Blue Monday on the Hodaki Big Show. You're
Yeah.
with Keyzie and Mogey.
Yeah, not bad, but if also
Right.
you're going, Blue Monday there from the band New Order on this incredibly beautiful Tuesday afternoon, 30th of the 4th, 2024 at 4:25 p.m. You see what I'm saying? If you can just get that information out, because people listen to the radio for a few things. One is the incredible witty repartee.
Right.
The other is the name
Check.
of the song. The other thing is the name of the band. The other thing is the date. And the other thing is the time.
I know the last thing they're listening for. Ads.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Do what they told you. Do what they told you. Do what they told you. Do what they told you.
It's time to wage against the machine.
Winning in the game of.
So much cash to be won thanks to our mates at Super Liquor with Wage Against the Machine. It's pretty much the best job you're ever going to have. And today's wage is $95 per hour.
That's pretty big cash, Keyzie. The most that we've ever had, I believe, is it a Hundy Bones? Or do we
think-
have a 150?
150.
150 is pretty good, but you can't really argue with 95 an hour. So looking forward to how much money we can earn for this bad boy or girl.
It
or
is a bad boy. Hey, Matt, how you going?
Yeah, good fellas.
Can I ask you a question, Matt?
Of course you can.
What do you do for a crust, man?
Oh, it's such a good question.
That's a good question. I'm a technician at a hospital.
Oh,
backbone.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
He would have seen his fair share of backbones.
Oh,
working
you
in
would
a
have seen a
hospital.
few backbones there, wouldn't you? Well, you know how the game works, and even if you don't, we're going to tell you how it does.
All right, Matt.
Okay?
So-
Sounds good.
How it works, mate, is we announce the hourly wage, which is $95 an hour.
We've done that. Check.
Check. You'll then clock into the machine. Make sure you say stop before the machine clocks you out. Otherwise, you could lose everything. All right, Matt?
Now, Keyzie, what do you
Sounds
say
good.
to Matt?
Matt, are you ready to go?
Yeah, and also you got to say stop really clearly.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
Okay, Matt.
Do I
Let's.
say stop clearly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure. No,
Yeah,
just
say
just
stop
stop.
clearly.
No, just say stop, but make sure you say it nice and clearly.
Okay, so I don't say clearly. Just
Yeah,
stop.
say clearly, and we'll just keep going.
All right, just so everyone's aware, say stop nice and clearly. Let's get into this thing.
Welcome to the machine.
1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours.
Stop.
Oh, just in time there.
$380, brother.
Excellent. That's a good $1 per coin.
That's a good dollop
That's a
of cash
huge
right
dollop.
there. It means you can wander into work tomorrow. You can go straight up to the first nurse you see and tell her to shove it where the sun don't shine because you, my friend, are rich.
Thanks, guys.
No worries.
No worries, Matt. As you would have heard, it was about to expire anyway. So fantastic timing. Matt walks away with all the cash. Once again, cheers to our mates at Super Liquor. Another chance to play that tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. on the Matt and Jerry Show.
Cash, man.
Amen, brother.
Yeah,
here's
boy.
some garbage.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Stone Temple Pilots on the Hodaki Big Show. It is 4:43 with Keyzie and Mogey. Hoodie J back on deck tomorrow.
Time for a bit of cat chat
Cat chat.
with Keyzie and Mogey.
Yeah.
Have you got a sting for that, man?
Oh, yeah, I sure do, man.
If this is that horse one where it's bim biddlin, biddlin, diddlin, diddlin, and you go
Cat chat with Keyzie and Mogey.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good, eh?
Yeah, I love it. So I went over to Waiheke Island over the weekend, and what a great time was had by all. I was talking to a mate who's over there. He's got a couple of pets,
Right.
one of which is a cat.
A cat, yeah.
A cat. Now, that's why we've called this Cat Chat, Keyzie,
Right, okay.
all right? Now, you wouldn't know that. And now this particular cat that he's got, he doesn't let it outside.
Is it for
It's an inside cat. Have you heard of an inside cat before, man?
The only one of those I've heard of is Pugsan used to have one, and that was for medical reasons. It had
Yeah.
a sort of its immune system wasn't.
That's
very
what he
good.
told you, but I think Pugson stole it off the neighbours and he didn't want them to know that he had it.
Oh yeah, he does.
Pugson.
He does do
He's
that.
a bit of a freak show like that. But anyway, this cat is only allowed to stay inside, which I think is a little bit unfair to the cat.
Totally.
Because cats, unless there are some cats that are pretty homebody-ish,
Hmm.
but I hadn't seen this cat for quite a few months, and I went over there and went round to my mate's house there, and there it was standing at the ranch slider looking like a lynx. You know what a lynx looks like?
It's a big cat.
It's sort of like a tabby-looking cat with really long pins on it, real long levers. And it looked like it wanted to kill me and anything that came anywhere near it. And I had a chat with my mate there, and he said he'd let it out twice in the last year and a half. One time it killed a keraru,
Wow, that big.
and they're good eating.
Well, of course.
They are good eating, so you can understand that. The other was a seagull.
Jesus.
Have you heard of that?
Seagulls? No, I've never heard of a cat ever getting a seagull because they're quite big, quite nasty birds.
They've got a big, strong wing on them.
Yeah.
Two of them. Two big, strong wings.
Have they got two of them?
Two big, strong wings. And a powerful, powerful flap.
Two of those or just one? Oh, the flapping of the wings. Yeah,
flapping
yeah,
of the
yeah.
wings combined is pretty powerful. So this cat has made the most of both of its appearances in the outside world. But I did sort of wonder what the worst thing is that our listeners might have had their animals bring home. And it might have been a dog, might have been a cat.
Yeah.
You were saying that you had some experiences growing up.
Well, I had heaps. We've got this cat called Sid now.
Oh, yeah.
Down,
What did it used to be called?
down in Tauranga. Wow, Smudge passed away.
Oh.
Smudge was
Yeah,
the name of
right.
the other one, little grey cat. But she was notorious for bringing in my dad would call it, just the diff and the axles off a rabbit,
Oh, yeah, right.
and the head would be gone every time.
Yeah, it's
So
easy to catch a rabbit that's got no head, though.
No. So what I think happened, Mogey, and I could be wrong on this, is it would get the rabbit whole, remove the head, eat that, and then bring the sort of undercarriage in and display that for us proudly.
Yeah, right.
So that was quite a common one. And one time, a possum. One time,
Again,
a
did
possum.
that have no head?
No, it had sort of half a head.
Yeah.
Like, it was about to bring it in, eat the head off, and then leave it as a surprise for us. But then we caught it. So I was like, crap, you caught me. Here's
Yeah.
possum with half a head.
Yeah, I prefer the no head to the half a head, I gotta say.
Yeah. To be honest, so do I.
Yeah.
But text us 3483. What's the grossest or weirdest thing your pet has brought in before? We've got $50 night and day vouchers to give away. Also, you can call us on 0800 Hodaki 2.
Yeah, so far the winner is a seagull.
So wait, you've already won it.
Well, I haven't won it.
But who does the voucher go to?
Me.
Okay.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is Blair's Song 2 on the Hodaki Big Show, 7 minutes to 5 o'clock with Mogey and Keyzie. We're chatting the weirdest stuff your pets have ever brought in because one of Mogey's mates' cats, a big bastard he was, brought in, what was it, a kiddo?
A kiddo and a seagull.
Seagull with giant flaps. Here's a good text on 3483. My wrecking yard guard dog brought home an ice cream.
Good eating.
That genuinely good eating. Didn't have to kill anything for it. Hey, fellas, one of my cats brought home frog legs early in the morning. That's from Nathan.
What about this one? My cat brought in an unrecognisable animal. The only thing left was a name tag that read Smudge.
Oh,
Didn't you have an animal called...
Smudge, yeah, that died. Yeah, that's a cool one. What about this one? My cat, when I was a kid, brought a string of sausages home, meowing like it was proud of its catch.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
think that's actually quite a handy one. A whole lot
That's
of
a
sausages.
slinky malinky sort of a setup there. We've got to be careful, and I just want to flag this as well because we've actually had a series of complaints come in every time we start talking about cats.
Yeah, okay.
Because generally there's some sort of violence that happens. There's been conversations we've had.
We don't have to relive them. It's fine. We can just park it there.
Justin as an example.
Yeah, okay.
They might make their way into the laundry for some reason
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get
yeah.
lost in there.
Yeah, okay.
So there's been those sorts of chats. So I just want to flag it with you. I don't want you pushing it over the boundary.
Right, okay.
All right? Because,
What about this?
animal rights companies and organisations are listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about this one? My cougar brought home a pug son. I think that's totally fine. By the way, we've got Lauren on the line from Christchurch. Lauren, your pet brought something weird in, did it?
Oh, yes. She brought home a whole cooked chicken one time when I was a kid.
Wow. A cooked chicken.
Yeah.
Was it stuffed?
No, I actually don't know. We didn't actually look at it. She'd had a wee nibble at it, and it was like, oh, yuck, going in the bin. But it was really embarrassing. It was like, oh, no, whose dinner has she stolen? It was a dreadful thief. She brought home sausages as well. She was a really dreadful thief.
Wow. So a genuine shoplifter of a pet. I like that, Lauren. For calling through, mate. You've got yourself a $50 night and day voucher, all right?
Oh, yay. Thanks, guys.
Too easy.
No worries. You just hold the line here, and Pug San will look after you, especially if you're a cougar.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is the Hodaki Big Show, 3 minutes past 5. Tuesday evening, Keyzie and Mogey here. Hoity J is still under the weather, but I'm hearing that he's going to be back on deck tomorrow, which is bloody exciting. And don't forget, the Hodaki Big Show is brought to you by night and day. And you can go in there and get a hell of a caffeine fix. $4.50 for barista-made coffee. It's
I think it's
deal.
actually a Keyzie special today as well.
Really, again?
Yeah. Again, when was the last one?
Oh, it was like last week.
Yeah.
They brought it back.
No, they brought it back. You can go in there, you can get yourself a ice cream made out of pork mince.
Wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
A drink of pork mince flavoured water.
Oh, wow, yum.
And pork mince flavoured rubber joeys.
Okay. That is such a good deal. Did you say $12.99? That is a great deal.
I think it's on extra special because it's $1.99.
Oh, right,
Because
$1.99.
Rubber Joeys, no one wanted them. They're expired.
Your mum wanted them, though. Coming up this hour on the Hodaki Big Show. Just quickly, we've got to touch on something that we were discussing before 5, actually. A lot of people's pets have been bringing in crazy stuff. One person's cat brought in a penguin.
A penguin?
A penguin.
Oh, yeah, penguin.
Which is pretty damn crazy. Someone else here had their cat bring in a full-grown turkey. My minister for cat killed 2 seagulls in one day. A New Zealand falcon early one morning also.
Yeah.
But it also killed hundreds of rats to offset the native bird killing, which is good. You've got to have that balance.
Yeah, that's good balance right there.
What would you want one kiddo to 50 rats?
I want 50 kiddo to no rats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I don't want a dirty old rat in the house, but a beautiful, delicious kiddo. Bring them on.
That is good eating. What are you up to, New Zealand? 3483. Flick us a text. Don't forget, every time you get involved with the show, you are in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher. Big tune now from Chemical Brothers. Let Forever Be. Jane's Addiction up next. It is the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
30 minutes past 5 on the Hodaki Big Show. That is Jane's Addiction with Jane Says. You got Keyzie and Mogey here. Hoity J back on deck tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we are going to be doing a live show just up the road here in Auckland from Andy's Burger Bar at Sky City. 4 p.m. we start. This is to celebrate the start of the 2024 New Zealand International Comedy Festival with Best Foods Mayo. Knock off work early, grab your mates, come along, get a free Backbone shirt, food and beverage vouchers, plus comedy festival tickets as well. The following week, though, Mogey, myself, you and Hoity J are all doing some stand-up as part of an All-Stars night that is now sold out.
Yep.
Yesterday, I ran some material past you.
Or as we call it in the business, materio.
Materio.
You ran some materio by me.
By you, Mogey.
Yeah. Because the thing is, generally, if you're going to do a stand-up gig, you try, especially when it's at New Zealand's major comedy festival, you'd have a period where you would go and you'd work out the material first, and then you'd sort of hone it, get it really humming, and then go out and do it. Instead of doing that, we're just going to go out there and hope for the best.
Well, exactly. So we figure...
have a crack here
on the radio
and see how that goes. You did some stuff yesterday. I can't quite remember what it was, but it feels like if we could just do more of that over the coming days.
Yeah, remember it was about pork mince in a can, and then the joke was, we don't accept spam mail.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, no, it's good.
It's so good. But you want to do?
Yeah, I'll do. I've just got a couple of minutes to work through. I haven't got a full 5, and I don't think we've got time on the radio. But if we can concentrate on just this, I had this idea for a great couple of jokes here.
Right.
So if we can but I want to time it because I think it's important to stay on time. So I reckon this will go out at about 2 minutes.
Okay, righto.
Okay, so I'm just going to walk out. Actually, you can be my MC. Can you be the MC and you hand me the microphone?
Okay, right.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from the Hodaki Big Show, Mike Minogue.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thank you. Wow, there's not many of you in here tonight. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, sit down. Your backbones. Yeah. Oh, this is lovely. You're going to make me blush. Sit down. Sit down. Okay, keep going. Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like this is...
Yeah.
I just don't want you to set yourself up to fail.
We got any Wellington Paranormal fans in the house? Yeah. Yeah. Is that an FO or a UFO? Am I right? Yeah. Got any Hodaki Bigo fans in the house? Yeah, backbone. Backbone. Hashtag backbone. You sick sons of bees. And have we got any Talkback fans? Yeah. Yeah, 2022 Best Comedy nominee, robbed. All right, that's all I got time for tonight, everyone. We'll see you next time. Yeah. Well, that went pretty well.
Well, I mean, yeah, it went really well. I just worry that that's not how it's going to go on the night.
Oh, the thing is, Keyzie, if you can see it, you can be it. Okay?
Okay.
You've got to bring it into being.
Right, manifest it.
Yeah, manifestation, that's right.
So I might manifest that as well then.
Oh, yeah. You should, actually.
Any Wellington Paranormal fans here tonight?
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Nature, enter me. It is the Mutton Birds on the Hodaki Big Show, 24 minutes past 5 with Keyzie and Mogey. Hoodie J will be back on deck tomorrow, still feeling a little under the weather. If you head along to the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram page, you will see a fantastic video of the three of us test driving the new Mitsubishi Triton, taking it off-road. It was excellent, highly entertaining. And if you would like to win the chance to take the brand new Triton on the same epic off-road adventure, just text the word Triton now to 3483. It is the new King of the Beasts. You may as well get involved.
Now, Keyzie, Hoity J and myself, we both had a turn behind the wheel, but you were quite reluctant to get involved in that. And in fact, you didn't even have a drive. Was that because your dad wasn't there and you couldn't sit on his lap?
Were you surprised when I didn't have a drive of it?
I was, yeah.
Do you remember the state I was in that morning?
Well, no, because you weren't actually. That's just pretty standard Keyzie sort of, this is how you roll.
It was a Monday.
You didn't appear to be any more or less hungover than you usually are.
Right, yeah.
And then I also think there's, because you're in the back seat, which means I think it's the worst place to be. I think you're better off driving.
You are definitely better off driving because you can anticipate where everything's going to go, all the bumps, blah, blah, blah. I was just in the back getting thrown around there.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I have driven off-road a wee bit.
Right.
And I was just like, you know what, Mogey and Hoity J, they don't get to do this stuff very often. This is all very exciting for them. I'll just let them have a go,
Yeah, that was very kind of you, man.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of moments there where you did nearly puke.
Yeah, nearly, eh?
Yeah.
Funny.
And it actually was funny.
I am a car sick kid, though. That's what I used to be.
Yeah.
I was a shocker.
Which, again, was not a shocker when you told us that you used to... you couldn't read a book. You couldn't look at a screen.
No, I can't use I still can't use a phone. Like sometimes I'll be in the passenger seat reading an email or something. I'll be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I can't even go on Instagram. So I'll just be looking out the window, unfortunately. But
yeah, right.
It does have a good sort of. I basically can't text and drive either, even if I wanted to, even though it's illegal, because I get sick from that.
But then most of the time, if you were going to be looking at your phone or you're going to be reading or anything like that, then you'd be the passenger, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. So regardless, I can't do anything.
No, but you were saying that the rule in your house is that you have to drive whenever you go anywhere. Like with your missus, she has to be in the passenger seat.
Yeah, but
unless you're hammered.
Do you know? I don't actually make that rule. She made that rule.
Oh, is that right?
She 100% made that rule. If we go anywhere and I go, oh, do you want to drive? She is like fuming about it.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Why is that?
I don't know. She just likes being a passenger, and she loves my driving.
Right.
She knows that I can control that beast. She's safe with me at the wheel. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure that's true, Mogey.
We're going to have to get her in and ask her about
No,
it.
let's
'cause
not.
That feels like a...
No, let's not.
That feels like a lie.
So how about this? We'll get her in and ask her about that. If that's the only thing you ever ask her about, you're not allowed to mention
No, that sounds fair.
pork mince, fun accounts,
Dry cake.
calling up in tears, and definitely not dry cakes. That's 2 years ago and it still haunts me. By the way, coming up after 5:30, some mates got together at the pub, had a few responsible beverages, and then bought a crayfish boat. We want to know the stupidest thing you've bought while having a few responsible lemonades. We'll be getting into that next on the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
It is the Foo Fighters, Everlong, 23 minutes to 6 o'clock on the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie and Mogey. Hoodie J back on deck tomorrow. Mike, I'm not sure if you saw this. I don't know if you're a newspaper guy, but today in the paper, mate, 4 blokes from Whanganui.
Is this breaking news, man?
Well, it's not really. It's pretty old. But yes, it is breaking news.
This is breaking news.
Breaking news this morning. 4 mates were at a pub in Whanganui and then had quite a few responsible jugs of beer.
Right.
And then they all went in that very night and bought a, a 39-foot crayfishing boat together.
Sick.
And because I've heard stories about this, like a few of my mates have done really stupid things and purchased stuff, even in groups. Like one of my mates, he went in with 5 other dudes and they bought a car together.
Right.
For like $1,000 or something. This is when they were a lot younger. And then they kept it at one person's house, that sort of thing. But in terms of when you've had a few lemonades and that, I have never ever made a purchase of this capacity. And I can't also imagine being talked into it by one of my mates either.
Yeah, I mean, probably the thing that's even worse about this is that it was bought in Whanganui but then had to be taken to Dunedin.
I think it was the other way around.
Oh, was it the other way around?
So they went down to Dunedin and then travelled all the way back up on the boat to Whanganui. Yeah.
My God. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an effort. I don't think I've ever done anything as stupid as that. I mean, there's no sort of things that you're doing, but generally I'd keep my money for the booze.
Mine's for food.
Is it for food?
Like, I'm a real...
Because have you got enough money in your fun account to buy a crayfish boat?
Well,
You
no.
need a lot of friends.
Well, that's the thing with me too. I wouldn't be able to actually make that purchase. But my thing is, as soon as it hits about 10 o'clock, it's where can I get food?
Right.
And lots of it. I do have a friend of mine who always sort of comes home from a big night out, orders an entire large pizza, like an American size 18-inch one, and then goes to sleep and forgets about it.
Right.
Or will order 2 or even 3 of them. And then in the morning they'll come out and there'll just be 3 cold pizzas sitting outside the front door.
Yeah.
So that's about it in terms of my mates.
Yeah, no, this is a pretty solid effort. And I think you've got to have a certain kind of means, don't you? You've got to have a few bob in the bank before you start deciding crayfish boats are a good idea.
A couple of them are actually into fishing as well. So they were like...
That helps.
Yeah, so
I have actually got a mate. I've got a mate whose wife is into horse racing.
Oh, yeah.
So just, tens of thousands of dollars are just poured into that massive hole.
Yeah, right.
Complete waste of money, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so to keep up, my mate decided I'd get a boat. But he doesn't like fishing and he doesn't like the water. So he just had this boat and it sat in his driveway for 3 years.
That was to keep up.
It's just like, well, if you're going to spend all that money on that, then I'm going to spend all that money on this.
Right.
And then he took it out twice in 3 years and then sold it for a tidy $5,000 loss.
Right. That guy should text in on Thursdays for relationship advice, by the way. That's good stuff. New Zealand, what have you ever, had a few lemonades and then ended up purchasing? Have you ever gone in with your mates on anything as well? 3483 is the number to text. $50 night-and-day vouchers are up for grabs. You can also call us on 0800 Hodaki. Uncle Bob, yes please. 3 little birds on the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is the Hodaki Big Show, 5:47 this Tuesday afternoon. Keyzie and Mogey with your Hoodie J back on board with us tomorrow. We're chatting about the 4 blokes in Whanganui who went to the pub, had a few responsibly, and then decided to buy a 39-foot crayfish boat from Dunedin, then had to sail it 55 hours up to Whanganui, and one of them hasn't even told his wife yet. Just discussing around, the things you may have purchased after a few lemonades, Mogey.
Yeah, and there's a few that have come through here on 3483. I bought a tiki bar in Huntly on Trade Me, then regretted it the very next morning and ghosted all their emails. Still regret not following through on this purchase.
A tiki bar from Huntley. Yeah, I'd probably avoid Huntley for a while if that was me. A tiki bar too. So obviously having a great time. Maybe somewhere that had a tiki bar was like, I need one of those.
Yeah. Let's get into that. I had a few too many lemonades in Thailand and bought a pet monkey.
Right.
Because you can do that.
Really?
Pretty easy to get a hold of them, but then you've just got to, sell them back or give them away on the way out.
Right, or
at the airport.
At the airport, just quickly get it out of your bag.
The one that I was reminded of, actually, as we were sitting here reading these messages, was when I was living in Levin, my brother and I was probably 18, 19, and me and him flatted together with another couple of mates, and we would spend the vast majority of our time drinking responsibly.
Yeah, okay.
And we lived in this house that was backed onto the railway tracks.
Right.
It was built in the 50s, but the poles were completely shot.
Right.
The house was more on the piss than we were.
Hey, it was on a lean, yeah.
Which is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's good.
But it was so much on a lean that if you had a bath, your feet would be wet and your ass would be completely dry. That's how on a lean it was. I am not even joking one little bit. And we were sitting around having a yarn, and we had so many great parties there, and we were saying, we should buy this house, man. How good would it be to buy this house? And it was just complete shit talk, complete rubbish. It was never going to happen. But one of the boys is like, hey, who was about 7 years older than me, he's like, hey, Mike, do you reckon it would be good to buy this house? Now, I know nothing about anything. And I'm like, yeah, man, it'll be awesome. He comes in the following Tuesday, he's bought the house.
Oh, my goodness.
Then he starts knocking out walls. He gets a guy from the council to go in and check it. The guy from the council comes sprinting out. He's knocked out every single supporting wall in the house. There's nothing holding the roof up. And within a week, the house had burnt down. He had a fire in the fireplace. The fireplace was, the chimney was blocked. The whole house burnt down. He had no insurance.
So you just lost all this thousands.
And we had nowhere to live. It was a disaster.
Is that a real story?
That is 100% true, and I'm not going to say his name on radio.
Is there a chance he's listening right now and he's annoyed that he's heard it?
Oh, there's every chance. But all the boys in Levin will know exactly who I'm talking about, and that was one of the all-time big ball moves.
Yeah. Well, there's an even worse one here, Mogey. Someone got really steamed and bought a backbone tee.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
The exponents sink like a stone on the Hodaki Big Show. It's just about 6 o'clock. Coming up after 6, we have got Pet Chat. If you need any advice, if your pets are playing up, then text it through on 3483 with $50 night and day vouchers to give away. It's worth getting involved. Also, what's on TV with old Mogey? And Mogey, I feel like it's going to be a really good one tonight.
I'm bloody excited about tonight's one, man. I've been watching some stuff.
Oh, God, it already sounds so good. Make sure you stick around. We'll be back with that shortly.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie and Minogue. Hoodie Jase still under the weather. Hopefully back on deck tomorrow. Regardless, this show is still brought to you by Night and Day. I wonder if that's the kind of thing they had in mind when they thought about sponsoring this show.
Yeah.
We just sort of yell stuff and then make up deals.
It's pretty good. I think they're into it.
They're definitely into it. By the way, the Hodaki Big Show has a daily bonus content podcast called The Outro. You can find it along with highlights of the show. Every day, 7:30, they come out. It's worth doing. Just search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your potties from. Today, we spoke about drinking water whilst hungover.
You've had so much alcohol that you're just completely dehydrated. Yeah.
Water does help though, right?
Water's good for dehydration, especially Keyzie. Or if you're trying to grow plants or any kind of foods, really. It's also good for swimming, and it's a nice place for fish to live.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
And waterbeds.
I said water's good for a hangover, is what I said. Just listen to Pugs' wheezy laugh
just
in the background.
wheezing away there, wasn't he?
So good.
Just throwing jabs at each other there in the old dear potty.
Yeah, podcast outro, search Hodaki Big Show. I wish I had a wheezy laugh.
Right.
My laugh's kind of like...
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've also got an absolute wounder as well.
What do you do again?
I can't remember, but it's quite loud. It's pretty loud.
Yeah. I think you snigger.
Yes.
By the way, Pet Chat is on the way next, so text us on 3483 if you've got any issues with your pets. Every text is in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher. Franz Ferdinand, the dark of the matinee. You are listening to the Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Red Hot Chili Peppers on the Hodaki Big Show. Keyzie and Mogey with you. You're going to have old Hoity J back on deck tomorrow. But right now, it is Tuesday, so it's time to get into...
Pet Chat. With Jase and Mike.
Yeah, keep those texts coming on 3483. And we'll help you with your pet questions. Well, Mike and Jase will, or just Mike.
Yeah.
Because I've never owned a pet.
Have you not? Yes, you have.
Well, I've had a family
that
pet.
rabbit.
I had a rabbit.
That rabbit that your cat used to bring home without a head.
Oh, yeah, no, that was my family
Headless
cat.
George.
No, that wasn't my pet. That was just a random rabbit. But do keep those texts coming through. $50 night and day vouchers on offer. This is from Luca on the Insta. How can I tell if my bearded dragon wants to kill me? Cheers, flowers.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a bearded dragon is.
I think it's a...
Is that like an old dragon?
I think it's a type of lizard in disguise.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So if it's wearing a disguise, then it's probably...
It's probably trying to kill you.
So get rid of it.
Yeah. What would you do? You'd probably get a cat. Hey.
To protect you?
Well,
as like
to
a
take
bodyguard.
care of that. Well, all the stories that we've heard today about cats, like people have accused us on the show. I don't know if I've mentioned it before.
Only about 5 times.
I've been cruel about cats, which is not true. But there's true stories that we've heard about cats and the way that they treat local flora and fauna.
Flowers too.
And flowers, yeah. Flora, fauna, and flowers.
Flowers.
It sounds like they're the ones that are possibly the issue. So I'd get a cat
Right, okay.
to take care of it.
And that would be your bodyguard or / hitman. I like that. G'day, flowers. This is from Aiden.
Oh, nice.
Why does my dog keep stealing my dillies? Cheers, man. I mean, I've never had that situation because I don't have any.
Because they look like massive
Dogs.
boners.
We locking that in as an answer?
Are we?
Mike Minogue would like to lock that in. How about this question? This is it on 3483
Yeah.
from Andrew.
Yeah.
My dogs keep eating my bars of soap. What's up with that?
What is up with that?
Cheers,
Do you know what's up with
flowers. That's from Andy.
that? Why do they do that?
I have no idea. Bars of soap, they keep eating them, so they'll eat it and then go back for more.
And they keep eating it.
Maybe they've been foul-mouthed.
Yeah, they might have been swearing and they're washing their own mouths out with soap. Or maybe he's groom laning them in the shower.
What does that mean?
Well, you take the bar of the
God,
soap.
no. I think I could do the math on that. As soon as you mentioned G Lane, I can pretty much add it up. I guess just switch to body gel.
Yeah. Yeah. Or do a Hoity J and just use nothing.
Just don't wash.
No.
Disgusting. What about, this is actually a really good question, really relevant to a lot of people. G'day, flowers. Greg here. Greg here. Just got a new cat and it's being very aggressive to my other pets. How can I mellow it out a bit? Cheers.
Oh, see, that sounds like he's trying to lead us down the garden path a bit there.
No, it just wants to mellow it out a bit.
No, yeah, mellow it out. How would you mellow it out?
Well, I know how I would mellow it out.
How would you mellow it out?
Catnip.
Oh, that doesn't mellow it out.
Does it not?
No, it makes them worse.
Oh, okay, well, in that case.
Because I know that there are people, and we can't talk, this is the trouble, you can't talk about it on the radio.
Right.
It's a shame.
I just feel like...
If you're going to you can't mellow a cat out. A cat's got to go through either just some personal changes that makes it take a long, hard look at itself, or it's got to be medicated in some way.
Right.
Which may not be necessarily... Yeah, look, I don't want to get into it.
Hey, guys, I just found a stray cat. It seems injured. What should I do with it? Cheers.
You're just serving me up. You're just serving me up cat volleyballs for me to spike over the net.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is Weezer Undone on Radio Hodaki. It is the big show, Keyzie and Mogey with Hoity J back on deck tomorrow. But right now it's time for this.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah. It's not as good with two, is it? A two-part harmony. It's just not as good.
We could try and make it good.
Really good. Really great. I tried watching a few things last night, and one of them was called Fast Charlie.
Fast Charlie,
Yeah,
right?
it was with Pierce Brosnan,
Okay,
and he's a hitman.
right.
Okay, so if you can imagine an 80-year-old hitman.
Oh, this is recent.
Well, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. And it's on Amazon Prime, and I watched about a minute 8 of it. And you know how you can just tell
That it's not
something
for you.
sucks.
Yeah.
So I turned that off. So maybe it's good. Let me know if you think it's good. Then I put on Prey, the movie Prey, which is in the Predator series.
Yes.
Also on Amazon Prime. My wife is going to be working on the sequel to Prey.
Oh, Prey 2.
By the same director. So it's an aliens-y sort of a thing.
Is that one?
Predatory.
Eat, Prey?
Yeah, eat, pray,
Love.
Yeah, well, make love. Yeah, to the Predator.
Yeah.
So she's working on that. So I thought, we'll turn that on. And then she couldn't be bothered watching that. I said, well, there's your opportunity to watch that. And so we watched Seinfeld. That's what we did. It was like literally like, I said, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to watch an episode? This is about 8:10. Do you want to watch an episode of Seinfeld and then go to sleep? She's like, yep. And I was like, sweet.
That's my dream, man.
It's the best.
As soon as the
It's literally what I say. So it comes on, I'm like, our happy place. 100%.
But every time that theme song starts at my house, Lucy goes, oh, do we have to watch
God.
this shit?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, it's one of the greatest sitcoms
And that's
ever.
why I'm telling you, man, you just got to call it, eh?
Do you reckon you could get your wife to get me a job on that show or that movie? I reckon I could play a great Predator.
Yeah, well, yeah, you certainly do have a lecherous sort of vibe to you, particularly when you're at, Christmas dues and shit like that. So, yeah, I'll have a word. I'll see if there's anything set at a work function with a few free beers.
So I feel like you're not going to. Here's a weird one.
Go on.
I love Fallout, the game, right? The series.
Yes.
And there's the TV show on Amazon Prime. It's been a week since I last watched an episode. Is that a sign that it's not that good?
I think it is. I'm surprised by the amount of shows that you start watching and then you go like, oh, that's right, I was watching that. What happened to that? And
Has to be
I think
really
the
good.
answer is, if you forgot about it, it's not very good.
But like the weird thing with this is I know it's there and I'm like, shit, I should watch Fallout.
Yeah.
Because everyone's watching it and I like video games, blah, 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 blah. But every time I go to put it on, I just put something else on.
Yeah, I was the same. I scrolled real quick last night because Ripley, which Jase has been watching, was on there. And I was like, I could watch that. Then I scrolled real quick. I was just like,
Nah.
I'm just not into it.
Yeah. So I ended up watching we put on linear TV last night.
Yeah.
And I watched half an episode of like luxury hotels around the world. These two people go along, work at these hotels. It was set in Sri Lanka, and it was all about how the Sri Lankan tourism industry is now back on its feet after the big coup in 2022.
They didn't have a great run, to be fair to them.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they've been terrible. Yeah, it's been terrible.
It's not been good. So if you want a cheap holiday, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, get amongst. Seriously, though, I'd be a great Predator.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, it's Moby Natural Blues on the Hodaki Big
It's
Show.
my turn, Keyzie.
Oh,
Welcome back to the Big Show with Mogey and Keyzie over there, and that was a beautiful rendition of Natural Blues from Moby on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Hey, Keyzie, I've got a few questions for you, man.
okay.
You consider yourself one of New Zealand's top comedians, yes? And with the Comedy
Wow.
Festival coming up, I just wanted to get your insight, because you are an expert, as to which gigs I should be looking at going to.
Well, look, Mike, first of all, I don't know if I'm one of New Zealand's top comedians. I'm certainly, in the conversation. Having done 3 gigs, 2 of them were good as well. There is one show that I would highly recommend going along to, and it is called the Comedy Gala.
Yeah.
Which is this Friday, which I am going to.
Oh, you are?
You going to that? I think you said yes to tickets.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's basically just 10 minutes each of a whole lot of great comedians from the festival.
I went to it last year and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I went to that one, and I also went to a bunch in the middle. And then I also went to the closing night where they award the Billy T. James and the newcomer as well.
That's
I think
right.
was possibly there as well. It's bloody good. They were all good. I was really shocked, actually, by how much I enjoyed it.
The interesting thing for me is, as someone who, and I've basically made this rule in my head, once we've done this thing next week, the stand-up we're doing, if it goes well again, I am going to email all the people that told me to get in touch if I ever wanted gigs,
Yeah.
which is about 8 people,
Yeah.
and say, okay, I'm keen for gigs. Because it pays shit when you're new, as it should.
Yes.
But it's just something you got to commit to, blah, 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 blah. Genuinely terrified, though, about things like people heckling and all that sort of shit. And if you have a bad crowd, but I guess until you're in that situation, you don't know how you react.
Yeah, it is an interesting one, isn't it? Because you sort of regard yourself as being relatively quick-witted.
Yes.
But yeah, the pressure's certainly on.
I can't just panic and make a honker joke.
Well, you can.
Because I'll have a bigger nose than the person.
You
most
never
of the
know.
time.
You never know your luck. And yeah, but it is difficult because the crowd will assume that you know what you're doing when it comes to that, and you'd have a few stock standard ones ready to go. There are a couple of classics that you can wheel out.
Right.
You know, I don't come down to your place of work and knock the out of your hand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one,
Writing
actually.
that one down.
Yeah, that is a good
I'm
one.
going to do that next week. But that's the one thing I'm sort of tossing up is like, oh, man, can I handle that? I think I would be able to once the situation's there.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the amount of abuse that comes in on the text machine, I should be used to it. Shows I want to go see. Melanie Bracewell, Attack of the Melanie Bracewell. Big fan of hers. She used to work here at Radio Hodaki, which is excellent. I'm actually going to see Jed Parsons is doing a very Jed Parsons Christmas. Yep. Midway through the year, which I am all about. Jesse Griffin, who is mates with Wilson Dixon.
Yeah, thank you.
He's doing a late night jazz scat.
Yes.
Don't know what the hell that is, but it sounds funny.
Nah.
And now that we've interviewed him a couple of times, I'm quite keen. And the other one too, Courtney Dawson, of course, she's great. What about Dr. Joel Rindlab? I didn't even know he was a comedian. He's
Dr. Joel Rindeloob.
Is it Rindeloob?
I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, so yeah, I'm keen on that one. I'm keen on Courtney Dawson. Hayley Sproul I saw last year at one of those events. It might have been the one that you did.
One,
She was out the gate hilarious.
She was great.
And who else was there? Tom Sainsbury's got one who I always love seeing. David Kyrgios. It's a hell of a lineup. And that's... Look, times have changed. Look, everybody there we've mentioned is a New Zealand comedian.
Yes,
there was a time where you would not mention a single New Zealand comedian. You'd be going, God, I wish there was more internationals.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, the locals are the favourites.
The advice, though, is just go to comedyfestival.co.nz, see if you want to go to something tonight, see what's on, and just go see someone you don't know because they are either going to make you laugh or it's going to be awkward.
Yeah.
And either way, you're going to be talking about it. So get amongst it. Hodaki's on board with them. So comedyfestival.co.nz to get your ticket.
Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Well, that is the Big Show done and dusted for Tuesday, the 30th of April. Hoity J apparently feeling a bit better. Fingers crossed he is back on deck tomorrow. And, of course, we have a live show at Andy's Burger Bar at Sky City, Auckland this Thursday. Knock off work early. Come on down. See the Big Show live, as well as a whole heap of great comedians and heaps of free stuff as well. Mogey.
Lots of parking down there too.
Heaps of parking down there, man. You wouldn't believe it. What are you up to tonight, man?
Probably have a bit of a shindig tonight, actually. Got a bunch of people coming over from Hodaki and
really?
around NZME as well. Bogsy there. He's sort of the guest
CEO.
of honour. Yeah, the guest of honour. And he's going to come down there and sort of do a 15 or 20 minute set of comedy.
Wow.
Yeah. So that'll be good.
When's this? Where's this?
It's at my place.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What time does it start?
Sold out.
Oh, did you sell tickets?
Yeah. Well, I gave away tickets to people I, know, and then, all the leftover ones I burnt, so there's none left.
Right, so you got tickets printed.
Yeah, I got them all printed.
And then you burnt them.
And then
okay.
I burnt them, yeah.
Oh,
what
that
are you doing?
Fun. No, I'm just chilling. Actually, I'm home alone tonight. Lucy's got squash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah. What are you planning on doing when you're chilling there? Is that code for...
No,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm probably going to go online and play shoot-em-ups with Pug San.
So that's good living, man.
Yeah,
Good on you.
I'd rather be... Or unless he's going to be with you.
Oh, he is.
Okay. No, that's all good. Well, let me know how it goes.
I will.
I hear Bogsy's comedy's terrible, by the way.
Oh, you can tell him that.
It's going to be terrible. Now I'm not going to. Coming up next, by the way, the night show on Hodaki brought to you by Cowboy Campbell, Toddy. Some Blur in Excess, Modest Mouse coming up as well. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. As always, you can find our podcast wherever you get your potties from. Just search Hodaki Big Show. See ya.